They both believe their father is Tracy.
That thought didn't even tell me she was having me.
30 years of drama between these three is coming out.
You might be my daughter. You might be my daughter.
And two shocking DNA results are in.
Tracy, after decades of denial, would these men hear the words, "You are the father," or not? Backstage, everyone, is a man named Tracy. Now, if Tracy looks familiar, guess what? He was on the show recently. Because he came on the show to deny that he was the father of these two little twins, Lyric and Nazari. And guess what? After a DNA test proved he was their dad, Tracy all of a sudden confessed he had another DNA situation that apparently has been brewing for over 30 years. Everyone, right over there is 31-year-old Nicole. And next to her, her 23-year-old sister, Shakia. Welcome them to the Maury Show. Now, these two beautiful young women have different mothers, but they have the same father, who they say is Tracy, and they say he's nothing but a deadbeat dad. And they're desperate to have a DNA test to prove that he is their father, and this is their story.
Let me set the record straight. Tracy is a grown child, not a grown man. And definitely not any kind of father.
I mean, he's already been proven to be the father of 2 kids on the show so far. And today he'll be adding 2 more to that list.
He has been absent my entire life and has let me down for 31 years. For him to deny me and my baby sister, now that we're adults, is another disgusting disappointment.
The only fatherly advice I ever got from Tracy was that I'll probably be pregnant or a crackhead. Tracy knew I was left to my own devices in an unfit home and still never checked for me. My sister Nicole is the only positive thing from having Tracy as a father. And I couldn't ask for a better big sister.
I can't wait till Maury says that he is the father. I am done with his dumbass antics, and I just want him to step up and be a dad.
Shakia, how does it make you feel when he told us he's positive he's not your father?
First off, Maury, it really disgusted me because it's just one of the selfish things that he's always done.
He wouldn't have signed her birth certificate. She wouldn't have had his last name. It's just pathetic. It's a childish act.
Okay. So, what happened when you found out, Nicole, that he was on our show, denied these other little babies, and then wanted to bring you on the show to deny you?
It's pathetic. It's childish. He's rude. He's arrogant. It's just full of crap.
Yeah. You know what he told me, Nicole?
What else?
You know what he told me? You know what he told me, Nicole?
What?
He told me he was your best friend.
No, if he was my best friend, he wouldn't have came to your show behind my back. He would have called and let me know that he was coming to the show. He wouldn't have hid it from me. He tells me everything. If he told me everything, then he would have told me, "Oh, I'm calling the Maury show," but he didn't tell me that. Like a coward.
One of the selfish
like
things he does everything for himself. He does everything for himself, for a show.
So, okay. Was he there? He wasn't there for you when you were growing up, was he?
Sometimes when he wanted to be, when he
Not
tried
like
to
a
act
father
like a father,
should
not
be.
like a father, because then he wouldn't have told me that I would grow up and be a crackhead.
I ain't know you was mine. I ain't know you was mine.
He said that.
I ain't know you was
He
mine.
definitely told me that. He told me I wasn't going to get pregnant. I wasn't going to graduate from high school. I don't have any children. I graduated from high school.
And you were going to end up on the streets.
And I was going to end up on the streets, and I think I'm actually doing better than him.
You think he's your father?
I mean, if he...
You think you all look alike?
Yeah, a little bit. We got the same dimples. I'm cute, so...
How about you, Nicole? You think you look like him?
I more so look like his mother.
My grandma.
So she's very important to you, Nicole.
Yes, I love her to death. This is my baby sister. I'm gonna protect her. I'm gonna guide her. I'm gonna do everything I can to be here for her.
Okay, when was it? Do you see him much at all?
I've recently barely started talking to him.
They weren't
because
talking for 3
We weren't
years.
talking for years because of the things that he said to me.
But then once they get back talking, he want to bring her
This
to
is
the
what
show
happens.
for a paternity test. Who does that bull crap?
Everybody, here's Tracy. Remember Tracy? Tracy.
This is his
Tracy,
show.
wait a minute. You brought them to the show. Why are you angry?
You know why I brought them to the show, Maury?
Yeah, why?
I didn't have DNA for none of my kids. As a man, as an adult man, I at least want to know if they mine.
Well, wait a minute. I don't have a DNA for my kids. I mean, what do you need a DNA for?
You know what I need? You know why? See, it ain't like it used to be, Maury.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
these women ain't loyal, Maury.
Oh, they're not
They ain't loyal. Yeah, and neither is y'all. Y'all supposed to be my daughters. Y'all supposed to love somebody. Y'all supposed to love somebody. Yeah. Y'all sit down, man.
Tracy.
That's what's wrong with them. They ain't got no respect. That's what's wrong with them.
Would y'all
I'm telling you, Tracy,
have respect
it's
for someone
tough.
who acts 16?
It's tough to have your respect when you're in and out of their lives
when
and
you-
things like that.
Exactly.
Tracy, you told my producers Nicole's your best friend.
I thought she was.
I thought you were,
I
too.
thought she
If I was
was.
your best friend, why you didn't tell me you were calling the Maury show?
Because you 32 years old. That's why. That's why.
Exactly.
Because I knew this was going to happen.
You so much of a
Because I want to know if you really mine, I'm wrong.
Sit down.
Sit down.
Tracy, the way I get it, you're more doubtful about Shakia than you are Nicole. Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Why?
Because of that thigh. That thigh.
You a thought too. You
yeah,
on that.
yeah. But I ain't no thigh like that. Yeah.
You think you look like them?
Man, let me show you something, man.
Show him.
Dimples don't
'Cause I
mean
wanna
nothing.
see.
Because she got dimples, that's my daughter. If that's the case, you might be my daughter. You might be my daughter. Even you. Yeah, dimples.
Tracy.
You got dimples.
Tracy,
that's
Tracy.
You got dimples. You want to be my daughter
You
too?
signed her birth. You signed
I ain't signed no birth certificate. I didn't even know she was born.
Wait a second.
That's it. That's it.
Tracy.
You was a booty
you're-
call right with her.
Tracy,
One of
wait a
You ain't gonna
second.
calm down.
Tracy,